Good morning, you're watching The Morning Expresso. This is Indian Express. I'm Charulata Biswas. Here's the big story of the day. Punjab will get its first Dalit Chief Minister today, with Technical Education Minister Charanjit Singh Chani set to take oath at 11 a.m. However, he was neither the Congress High Command's first choice nor the unanimous choice of the Congress Legislature Party. But who is Chani? Lawyer, management graduate, a strong voice for Dalits, Punjab's Chief Minister designate is a man of many parts. Ironically, he was an active participant in the revolt against Amrinder Singh, who had brought him back into the party fold in 2010. Here are the stories you will find only in Indian Express. In this edition of the Idea Exchange, Finance Secretary T.V. Somanathan explains the recent telecom reforms, insists revival of economic activity will create demand, and says that on capital expenditure, he's optimistic about reaching budget targets and that there would be no restriction from the ministry. Here are the top stories from the front page. Most economic decisions taken in the last 2 months, from a law to bury retrospective taxation to a government guarantee for a bad bank, require a political call to be taken at the level of the Prime Minister. One of the most senior bureaucrats in the government told the Indian Express that post-pandemic, the Prime Minister's push has been to focus on reviving the economy and expending his political capital to that effect. In a bid to help farmers avail all farm-related services under various schemes seamlessly, the centre has started generating 12-digit unique IDs for them. Vivek Agarwal, Additional Secretary, Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, told the Indian Express that a unique ID for each farmer is a part of the government's initiative to create a database by collating data from various schemes such as PM Kisan and linking them with land records. Here are the must-reads. The Tihar Jail administration, after an internal probe into an extortion racket allegedly run by conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar from Rohini Jail, has initiated a proposal for departmental action against 9 officials after finding negligence on their part. The officials have been accused of giving extra favors to Sukesh, including using a mobile phone. During questioning, Sukesh had disclosed his financial transactions with jail officials and claimed he was giving them 65 lakhs every fortnight. Sitting in a posh South Delhi cafe, the 30-year-old recalled a time when more than 700 people used to work for him. What he ran was a call center, but not one dedicated to resolving customer complaints or selling a property or product. Instead, the North Delhi establishment had a singular purpose: duping foreigners. The man, who did not wish to be identified, was arrested around 2017-18 and subsequently released on bail. Speaking to the Indian Express, he revealed the staggering scope and intricate modus operandi of such call centers. Read about the story in today's Indian Express. A month after the opposition joined hands with the government in Nagaland, the state's legislators have decided to call the new formation the United Democratic Alliance. On July 19, the opposition party Naga People's Front had submitted a letter to Chief Minister Rio requesting for an all-party government to help reach an early settlement of the Naga political problem. And finally, Shraddha Talekar remembers long vacations in the city at her maternal uncle's home in Thane. It was during one such trip that the uncle Vishwas Gopan packed her off to a gymnastics summer camp. 18 years on, the 27-year-old from rain-soaked Pedali village in Maharashtra's coastal Raigad district has made it to the India team for next month's Artistic Gymnastics World Championship in Japan. You can catch up with the story on IndianExpress.com. That's a wrap from me. For all the latest details, log on to IndianExpress.com and subscribe to our news channel. Thanks for watching.